All right, this is the Legendary Sip podcast, and we've got
Jesse.
John.
and I'm Albert, and special guest.
Hinaro.
Alrighty, guys. Talking about Captain Marvel movie today. So the Captain Marvel movie was directed by Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck, Ben Affleck's brother. Just kidding. Tagline says.
That was a terrible joke.
He's like half of it.
Budget of 152 million to 175 million approximately. It was released March 8, 2019. Runtime is 2 hours 8 minutes. PG-13 was the rating, but it did show some boobs, so I don't know if you guys caught that or not.
Where exactly was this? A timestamp?
I don't. I don't know. I don't know. In timestamp. I don't know in timestamp, but it did show boobs. So you have to rewatch it again and find them. All right, trivia. All right. So did you guys know that Brie Larson is allergic to cats? So that all of the scenes involving Goose were CGI or puppet cats.
Wait, I thought.
Is this trivia or fun facts?
This is trivia. Isn't this fun facts? Isn't that what that is?
No.
Okay, fun facts. So wait. Trivia is like I'm asking you questions, you're trying to guess. Is that what that is?
No, that's not what John's saying.
I don't
Trivia
understand
doesn't
what-
have to be questions.
No, what is it?
Wait, what's wrong with trivia?
I don't know.
wrong with trivia, man. That's about right.
Isn't it the same? Like, is it not considered trivia?
Yeah, John, there's...
Okay. All right. Yeah. Sure. Continue.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys, that's pretty interesting. All the CGI cats were for Brie Larson.
Wait, but there were real cats in some scenes with her.
Yeah, but apparently she was either far away or they would make a quick cut or something. I don't know.
I mean, like...
Wait, so like, how allergic is she?
I have no idea. This is just alleged. I don't know if she's even allergic. This is what I got off of
I mean,
IMDb.
like when they were in her friend's house, they were like all in the same room with alien dude.
Yeah, but they have some pretty good CGI now for cats, and
But you could the CGI for that cat was not good.
you don't think it was good?
No, you could tell it's CGI every time the cat's up there when it's CGI.
Yeah,
Like-
I can tell when.
So then,
CGI
what's the question here? If it's CGI, then
I'm just saying.
So
in that scene, if it's CGI and it's such bad CGI,
It
then
doesn't matter. It wasn't a cat anyway. right?
Exactly.
So she's not
It's a
really allergic to it.
flerken.
Oh, there you go, Jesse. Gotcha.
All right. Second fun fact.
This is
Best character was the cat.
You think so?
debatable.
No, I'm just kidding.
Talos and Jules from Pulp Fiction are holding the same cup from the Big Kahuna Burger.
So, what scene was that?
Remember when you're asking him Captain Marvel? What scene was that?
Yeah.
I haven't
Okay.
seen Pulp Fiction, so this doesn't mean anything to me.
Oh.
You haven't seen Pulp Fiction? Okay, so when the neighbor comes up to Maria's house, and Brie Larson's kind of like, oh, he's a Skrull.
He's a Skrull.
And then they turn around and he's like, oh, you should be nice to your neighbors.
Yeah.
That you might need some sugar or something later.
Yeah.
And then he
Same-
sips the cup.
Yep.
Nice.
That's Big Kahuna Cup Burger.
Nice.
Big Kahuna Cup Burger.
Uh-huh. What's wrong with that?
Big Kahuna Cup Burger.
I mean, Big Kahuna Burger Cup.
Close enough.
All right. Goose, the cat, originally was named Chewie in the comics after Chewbacca.
Nice. But they
So-
didn't want to...
They didn't want to kind of get, I don't know, mixed up with that, so
Oh,
they changed
okay.
it to Goose.
Oh, that's weird.
You think that's
okay,
weird?
Wait, so have any of you guys watched Top Gun?
Yes, but
So-
also that's why they named him
Okay, yeah,
for
no,
the
so-
cat. Goose.
yeah.
What was his last name? Can't remember.
I remember his
Something
call sign
Shaw.
was Goose, though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I remember reading that fact somewhere.
I've never seen Top Gun.
No?
There's something I've watched already, too. Nice.
Alrighty. So this is a spoiler alert. No use of crying over spoiled milk, not spilled milk. So if you
Nice.
haven't seen this movie, then you're about to spoil the shit out of this. So
We're about to
don't-
spoil the
Oh,
shit.
you're about to spoil your own milk right now. All right, so
Don't
we're
cry
gonna-
over it, John.
These are some terrible jokes already.
That's
Jesse's
how
in
we get
peak
good.
form.
What?
In it-
Form.
Peak form, you know. It's never gonna get better than this.
All right, characters. Brie Larson played Captain Marvel. Carol Danvers, Vers. Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury, or AKA Fury. Ben Mendelsohn as Talos. Annette Bening as the Supreme Intelligence and Dr. Wendy Lawson. Jude Law as Jan Rogue. I forgot. I don't even know how to pronounce this guy's
Jan
name.
Rogue.
Well, I'm talking about the next guy coming up. I want to say Digimon, but it's not Digimon. It's like Jimon, like Hansu, possibly.
Close enough.
And he played Karath the Pursuer. He has like telepathic abilities of some sort.
I don't know which guy was that.
The African American gentleman, the really handsome guy who, in the movie, they made a joke about his handsomeness.
The one that uses the swords.
Oh,
He's
that
just-
guy. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
That guy. What?
Continue.
Algenis Perez Soto as Atlas. He was a sniper and a weapons specialist. Rune Temte. I don't know how to pronounce that name. He was Bron Char, the Blue Giant. He reminded me of someone. I can't remember who it was, but
Oh yeah, he
From, like,
he
Thor or
reminded me of
something.
the guy from Thor, one of the
the swordsman.
Lady
Well,
Sif and the
yeah.
What are they called?
I can't remember we're
And-
such good Marvel. Like,
There's
But
too
yeah,
many
he-
names. That's
he-
why.
He reminds me of the guy with the beard and the orange hair.
yeah,
Yeah.
he did. Yeah.
Wait, was his beard orange too?
I would hope so.
I'm just wondering.
Gemma Chen as Min Irva. We're just gonna go ahead.
I think next time we do something like this, we don't let Jesse do the names.
Why not? It's funnier this way. Geneticist and the ability to manipulate energy. So, like very similar to Captain Marvel, except a very low scale. She can manipulate energy. You just
But we
didn't
never
really see.
Yeah,
you
we
don't
never
really
saw
see
her.
it, but
yeah.
And she's dead.
and she's dead. Is she?
Her plane got blown up.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, she's dead.
Yeah, she's dead.
Yeah. Okay. Lashana Lynch as Maria Rambeau. How do you pronounce? Is that that's a
Rambo.
Rambo?
Like Rambo.
Like Rambo, but that's not spelled like Rambo.
I know, but then that's how they said it in the movie.
Rambeau? I'm just kidding.
It's French.
French. I'm gonna mess up this name. It's not Akira?
Akira?
Akira.
Akira? Akbar, like General Akbar?
Admiral.
Admiral? Wasn't he general at one
He's an
point?
admiral.
Wasn't he a general at one point?
Maybe
In like Rogue One?
I thought he was still an admiral at that point.
Was he? What was Admiral lower?
No, he was. Wait, no. Admiral's higher in the Navy, I think.
Is it?
Bro, don't. Service, man.
Maybe you do.
She plays Monica Rambeau, and then we have Clark Gregg as Agent Coulson, and then other people that we won't get into. But anyways, the plot.
Oh, finally.
Hey, you can cut that out if you want.
I felt like that was longer than the movie.
It wasn't even that long. All right.
The movie or. No, I'm just kidding.
Plot. All right, so quick run through the plot. We have Brie Larson, who is a Kree having nightmares. She wakes up. She talks to Jan Rog. They start fighting. They have a mission to go on to infiltrate this planet with Skrulls and retrieve one of their men. His name was Solar.
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 I think so.
I heard Solo the first time, and I was kind of like, what's going on here? Are they trying to cross, like, Chewie, Solo?
They're
like,
just trying to make it confusing.
really confusing. It ends up being an ambush, and Solar is actually just disguised Skrull, Talos. They capture Brie Larson's character, Captain Marvel, or Vers at this point. They never mentioned her as Captain Marvel at all in this movie. She escapes. She goes to Earth via escape pod. Then she meets Nick Fury. There's trying to figure out this whole scroll situation, and there's a big twist in the movie, and we're in spoiler mode, so prepare to be spoiled. The scrolls are actually good guys in this movie, which I actually really liked. I don't know what you guys thought. We'll get into that a little bit later. And the Kree are actually bad guys, and that was cool. Anyways, they're trying to get the engine or the core that they call, and it turns out to be the Tesseract, and that's how Brie Larson gets her powers. And it's just good versus bad people fighting, which
With a lot of flashbacks.
a lot of flashbacks, which John wanted to bring that point up later. I didn't like the fighting in this movie, but we'll get into that eventually. But that's pretty much it. Oh, I forgot to mention Goose the cat, but was it Florkin?
Flurkin.
I think it's a flurkin.
Flurkin?
Like, because he says mother Flurkin.
When he
Those
scratches
are the
his eye.
funniest things ever. When Samuel L. Jackson is about to say and then something happens. Like, wasn't it in Infinity War?
Infinity War.
Where he's like, and then he's dusted.
Alrighty. What's the good things about the plot that you think? The tasty, as I like to call it. The tasty
I like
little
it.
plots.
I like it, John.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, you're just making a face.
Oh, because Jesse's cringy jokes and stuff like that.
That's okay. I'll second that. The tasty.
The tasty?
The tasty.
Nice.
That's what it is now.
The tasty.
Oh my god.
Well, what's tasty is Brie Larson. So
Or we
Well,
could call it I was gonna say the samples because Costco samples are good.
No, I'd rather have the tasty.
The tasty, I know. Okay, there we go.
If we're gonna go cringy, I might as well just go full cringe mode. I like that it was like, it didn't feel like it was 2 hours.
no, it didn't feel
Both
like
times that we watched it,
Yeah.
I felt like it was relatively quick, which is always a good thing to know.
Like not too much downtime.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd say that.
I'd say that. Yeah, like they're constantly moving and constantly progressing the plot. There's like no real like stoppage.
Right.
Well, Nick Fury's de-aging I thought was really good, really fantastic.
Oh yeah, that
I don't know
was-
how was that CGI? Was that makeup? Was
It-
that a combination of everything?
Yeah, like
Was it a
makeup
stand-in
CGI.
actor for it, or was it him actually playing it, voicing the actor? Like, there's so many questions I have about this technology.
Well, I think it was him because like when he was running around, you
He
could
was
tell.
so old.
You could tell he was old man running.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't even
Yeah.
notice that part.
Honestly, though, when they did show him running, like I just kind of played it off because, like, he was hurt because he got thrown around by
Yeah, got in car accident.
Talos? Yeah.
Yeah, so like it was like they blended it in well with his old man running.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the car accident just really helped.
He was great in this movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I
He-
liked him.
He was like he was my favorite character. He's just so goofy and completely opposite of
Opposite?
everything we've seen and
Yeah.
like post or pre Avengers and pre.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, before the whole universe started, pretty much.
Yeah, it was great. I loved him.
I love Nick Fury in this movie. What else did you guys like about the movie?
it was all 90s. Like,
90s.
the whole movie was just riddled with 90s like themes. Like the music was all 90s.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The background, the cars, all of it was all 90s. So as all of us, we're all kind of we're pretty much 90s.
We're
kids.
90s kids.
Yeah,
'cause
we're 90s kids.
What's the latest? 93? You're 93, right?
Yeah, he's not. He's
Yeah,
the youngest.
I'm
I'm the
92.
youngest here. Yeah, 93.
Oh, you are the youngest.
Yeah.
Huh?
So
I'm 92.
So it was really cool. It was like a throwback to like I don't know the good days.
when we were
Good
growing
days.
up.
What do you mean when you had to go to Blockbuster
Yeah,
to go get it?
Blockbuster. Yeah.
I rather-
Holy
good
crap!
stuff.
I used to go to Blockbuster all the time.
Yeah, but I rather just stream it. Like I don't want to get out of my
I mean,
room.
well, how did you watch movies before when you were 6 or 7 years old?
Yeah, Blockbuster, but I don't want to go back to that time.
Well, I'm
Well,
just saying
neither do
nostalgia.
I,
No,
but
we're
it's
not saying it was a
nostalgia.
good thing.
Jesus.
It was they had some good throwbacks and some good old Radio Shack and everything, but
Uh,
I definitely don't miss them.
well, neither do I, but it was just nice to have the nostalgia back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are some good things you thought over?
I liked. I don't know.
You liked I don't know?
Hold on. Skip. Pass.
Come back to you in a little bit.
You kind of took my. I liked Nick Fury and kind of. Yeah, I just liked his acting, his character in the movie, his part in the movie, pretty much creating the Avengers and
Mm-hmm.
kind of showing the previous parts of Shield and how that came to be.
My favorite character isn't Nick Fury. He's my second favorite character behind Ben Mendelsohn's Talos. I think was probably, at least for me.
Yeah.
He's in Rogue One. He's in Ready Player One. If you've seen that one.
Who did he play in that movie?
In Ready Player One?
Yeah.
He was the bad guy. He was like the head of the company trying to take down.
Oh yeah, he did a pretty good job there too.
Yeah, but this is probably my favorite. Usually he plays the bad guys in movies, and from what I've seen,
That's what I've heard too, yeah.
and I was totally expecting him to be the bad guy, and they made him seem like the bad guy until you get halfway, and then
Yeah,
he
until
just
they tell you.
totally flips. So I like that. I like that twist of the movie.
I did like that twist too.
Where it's actually the Kree are the bad and the Skrulls are actually the good. I didn't even see it coming. I don't know if you guys had any pre-notion or anything like that about
No,
the
I
flip.
think the general like consensus up until this movie came out was that the Skrulls were going to be bad and this was going to be the next evil going past Endgame, and
Yeah.
so just to have it kind of like flipped on its head was, because I mean none of us have really read the comics, right? So,
No.
Not really.
So we don't really have any attachment to those those characters and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So this was great. I liked it,
I liked it.
and
too.
they were hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
like
thought.
this.
Yeah, like you said, John. I thought the Skrulls were going to be the next big bad guys
Yeah.
in Endgame or afterwards.
Yeah. Throughout the movie, if you seen it a second time and were able to pick up on certain things, you can see that the Kree, especially Yanrog, were kind of like evil or bad or didn't have good intentions. At the beginning of the movie, when Brie Larson goes to fight him, and she has a dream.
And you mean their little sparring thing?
They're sparring, yeah, the sparring match.
Yeah.
She's asked, "Oh, you have a dream again. What was it about? Anything new?" So he's trying to figure out if she's learning about her past
Yeah.
in that scene.
That's
Uh,
just hindsight.
I mean, yeah, but initially the audience doesn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So first time watching through.
First time through, yeah, but if you watch it the second time,
Yeah, then
can
you
pick up
re-
on things
yeah.
that you didn't see before, especially with the like scrolls and the interrogation or in that like data like extraction mode.
Yeah.
They weren't being evil. They were just looking for information to find the family.
Yeah, I mean, they were also looking to find where the Tesseract was or where her doctor was.
I don't know if they were looking for the Tesseract. I don't know if they were.
Well, I mean, they specifically said they were looking for that scientist to find the space engine to find their family
Mhm.
and to find a new planet. So
Yeah.
it's because they don't explain it that way.
Yeah.
And yeah, we imagine they're looking for something for bad intentions, right?
Yeah, for the Tesseract to destroy the planet or whatever.
Yeah, and then same thing at the ambush. The one of the Skrulls could have killed that sniper chick, but
no,
they
no,
didn't.
no. He wasn't.
I know,
Because he mentioned that like they're non-harmful. There's two. They're starving. Like that. That
Yeah.
was the
Yeah,
thing.
that's
you could
what
tell
The
that he
Skrull
was-
could have killed her right there
That's
He
what
could-
Albert's saying.
if
Yeah.
he was bad, but then he said, "Don't
yeah.
kill him."
Yeah. Okay. That's what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he was. You could see that he was just trying
Yeah,
to
he was-
protect his people.
Yeah, he was just trying to deceive her, right?
Yeah.
To tell her not to kill him, but then she thought that she was being tricked for whatever reason, and
Killed him. Yeah.
yeah retaliated.
Okay. Okay. Anything else good you think about except for Goose, which was probably another funny part of this movie?
Yeah, just the integration of the Skrulls and then learning how they, or like how they go into the plot other than being bad guys.
Yeah.
Is your hand okay?
Yeah, I just tapped it.
Oh.
You have anything you want to say, Gennaro?
No.
Yeah, I think Samuel Jackson did really good in this movie. Like he was like a goofball the whole time.
The whole time.
And it was such a big contrast to like all the other movies. You know, he was
Yeah.
like the super serious, Fury kind of character, but in this one he was just a big goofball. And in the beginning I thought he was a joke.
What do you mean?
He gets in a car accident, he gets his ass whooped, many times throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
And it reminds us that like he's just human, but in the end, like he had this like master plan, and started Shield, and like somehow he's still on the top of the. I don't know how to explain it. Like he never seemed like he didn't know what he was doing. Like he was always coming up with an idea, and he's like, I don't know, everything was like on the fly to him. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if
Yeah.
you've seen in his wallet when he shows you the ID, he only has level 3 clearance. So he's probably like he's a new Nick
Yeah,
Fury. He's
yeah.
not a like seasoned Nick Fury. So you can
Yeah.
definitely tell that.
Do you remember how long he said he was behind the desk at this point in the movie? Because remember he has that interaction with Brie Larson where
She's asking him questions.
yeah, and then he's like, I've been behind the desk for.
Ah,
It wasn't that long, right?
I don't remember how many years or how long it was.
Less than 10?
Definitely.
It was definitely less than 10. Yeah.
I don't know. For some reason, I want to say 5 or 6 years. Not. I don't know.
I think
Maybe
it might have been 6.
6, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I don't either. We just watched the movie yesterday. Awkward. But yeah, like so I forgot my point in general about this.
That's okay. That's okay.
Just and then every scene with him and Goose was just funny. He picks up the cat the first time and he's all like being all cuddly with it, and then you're like, oh god, like
What's the point of this?
yeah, and then it just turned into this whole thing, and that was great.
Now I'm wondering what's the time gap between the end of the movie and the end credit scene? Like, how long was that cat there just holding it there?
It wasn't that long. I don't.
Like, do you imagine it was just
Probably like a week. I
a
would
week
think.
afterwards,
Like,
the cat
they're
throws
not
it
gonna-
up?
They're not gonna wait for like months to get him fake eyes or whatever.
Yeah.
I would think they would.
No, I meant the
maybe
very
they'll-
final one where
Oh,
Goose
the
throws
cat
it up.
hairball.
Yeah.
Oh, that very very final one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that might have been like I don't know.
Because
that same day.
Nick's not, or Fury's not there. There's no, I don't know what the passage of time is. So I'm just curious.
Yeah.
It's like, how long were they going to wait for the Tesseract to come around?
Yeah.
Either end. So.
I guess we'll have to Google when do cats make hairballs.
Well, and technically he's not a cat, right? So I just say cat because
He's a flirkin.
he's a flirkin.
Yeah. Oh well. Anything else good before we move on? You can think of?
No, I think we're good.
You good? Okay. Well, we're gonna go on to the next section, the bad, or as I like to call it, that's gross. So what did you guys think? John's over here just.
It's so cringy.
But that's how you get people's attention. Like, ugh, like these guys are weird. So that's a.
Oh my god.
Oh, what's bad? If you want to
I
think
felt
of-
like the plot was like really rushed.
Yeah, too many, like depending on, like it depended on flashbacks too much, I think.
Yeah.
I also think that it depended on flashbacks, but I felt like it didn't have any leverage either. Like that one scene with the where she's in the Supreme Intelligence. and
Yeah.
She gets knocked down.
Yep.
And then they show the flashbacks of all, like that montage of all her standing up.
Yep.
Like it had no meaning because
We already saw that.
not just because we already saw that, but it's just like it didn't really relate to anything in the movie up until that point. Like you see like a little bit
I mean,
of it.
I guess they're just trying to repeat that she won't back down. She'll always get back up.
Yeah, I felt like with the part where you're talking, like when it shows all the instances of her standing up, like I felt like that was part of a commercial of like Nike or something. Like I don't know, like you're kind of right. It didn't have as much of a gravity to it until like the very end, where you're like, oh, okay, they're just trying to make her seem like she's always getting up. But I think the bad part about this movie is that the flashbacks got you really confused. At least it got me really confused.
Which
Like,
ones are you talking
all
about?
of them. Like they just kept going back and forth, and I'm like, okay, so I don't know. It was if she's confused in the movie, the audience is even more confused because maybe that's the point, but like
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
but like the whole time she was like, "Oh, what's going on?" And in my head, I'm like, "Yeah, what is going on? I don't. If she don't know, I don't know, you know." So I don't know. It was like the plot was kind of like you said, it was kind of rushed. So it wasn't until like the very end, I'm like, "Oh, okay, now it's all tied together." But by then it was already too late. It's already the end of the movie.
What did you learn at the end of the movie exactly?
Like
Through the flashbacks and everything.
Well, that's the thing is like by the end of the movie, I had to remember all the flashbacks that happened, you know. So
And all the wrong flashbacks too, because
Yeah.
because the AI implanted fake memories, or
Yes.
like her blood was blue instead of red
At the beginning, yes.
at the beginning, or
okay, wait. So that was fake?
So at the
Yeah.
beginning, that dream that she had
Uh-huh.
at the crash, her blood was blue in that instance when she was human at that time. Also, the person that was about to shoot her was a scroll and not Jan Rog or whoever.
Okay, so that was fake.
That was fabricated
But,
either by
how-
the intelligence or by a false memory.
How do you guys know that? Like how?
Because
See, I thought that was
twice.
real. Like I thought that was one of her.
No, but because like at the end when they're playing that audio clip, she remembers everything that happened at that point.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And
I
then
see.
that's when they have the flashback again where
Mhm.
she realizes that it was actually Jan Rog and she wasn't
Oh, okay.
Kree at the time.
Yeah.
But I still get what you're saying. Like some of them were so confusing and
For which one, for example, like one confusing one since we've seen it yesterday.
the one where she's just a kid and she's driving the go-karts. Like why?
Well, okay. This was during the data extraction scene
Yeah.
at the beginning.
when she's upside down.
So they were trying to find information. So they were looking at the beginning. I forgot what they first started off at.
They started off at
I'm trying to remember.
I think they started off at the scene where
It wasn't with Dr. Larson. That was the last scene.
I think it was the scene where the shooting.
Shooting.
Yeah, the where they go to the very first scene.
Okay, that one.
I think so.
Okay, and then they go back. They said, let's go back in time. I don't know if they have the ability to control how far they go back, or if it's like pressing the rewind button on a video cassette, and you kind of have to wait for it. I don't know how the technology works, but they were like missing the points they needed to go to, and they finally landed like, oh hey, this is the lady, stop right here. So I think if you were rewinding a VHS player, then you wouldn't be at the scene you wanted to. You would have to stop and stop and stop. So whatever the technology is limited to.
I'm guessing their powers had the brain focus on a certain memory,
Yeah.
and then rewind the brain pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
And then whatever technology they have is that they project whatever is on the brain to a screen.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they can kind of manipulate the mind but not change it.
Yeah, it was weird where they're like, hey, look down.
Look down,
like,
or
yeah.
like bring her back, or
Yeah, bring her back. Yeah.
Yeah, to replay the same scene but in a slightly different way.
But
Yeah.
but even still, like they're an advanced civilization and
Yeah.
Yeah,
To-
but doesn't mean they're perfect. Doesn't mean that
I'm not saying they are, but and you know like this kind of introduces that they're like goofy.
yeah.
So
well,
I think that's more of what it was, but it's just like the scene didn't make no sense because everything else is stuff that was like like close to that situation.
yeah.
That was the only time where it went far back.
Yeah, they were just trying to feed the other scenes where she stands up because if you just saw her standing up and you didn't know that that's what she looked like when she was a little girl, it would have been difficult to kind of piece that together. You'd be even more confused if they didn't give you that information. Like, what is a little girl just randomly standing up? Like, I would have walked out the theater or something. I don't know.
Also, when they were showing the scenes of her all standing up, that one scene of her on the beach, when
What about it?
Like there was no importance. Well, first of all, I don't even know what the point of that beach scene was.
right.
But yeah, there was no importance to that scene.
Like they just put
Yeah.
that in at the end of the montage for
I don't remember.
Like
what
it wasn't previously imaged before.
mention.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She just
like,
gets pushed down on the beach and then.
Yeah.
And she looks completely. The kid in that looked
Looks
completely
completely
different
different.
from
Yeah.
every other. I was like, wait, who the hell is this kid?
Yeah. Well, probably a deleted scene that they just like forgot to take out, or maybe we seen it in a brief like
I don't think we
instance.
did.
It's hard. Like I said, it's just like piecing together all those memories. Like you have to mentally remember all of it
Yeah.
until the very end, and then they bring it all together, and you're like, oh, okay, that's what happens. But
Yeah.
I think another bad, what is it? The gross.
Yeah.
The gross. The freaking the fight scenes.
I didn't like them.
Yeah. I mean, Man of Steel had better choreography than this. So sorry, I'm gonna go there. Like, Man of Steel had some good. That's what this movie reminds me of. It's like she's like the Superman of Marvel, right? And so I was expecting like, these like high level, I don't know, choreography scenes.
Yeah.
But she barely learned how to fight like at the last 20 minutes of the movie. And then she was zipping through space, by the very end of it. But
Yeah.
I think that was the cool part. Like, not like the fight scenes, but like then when she's like against the warheads and the ships, I thought that was pretty cool.
yeah, that's the thing, and it kind of reminded me of like I call it like the Star Wars factor, the new Star Wars, the one with Rey, because like throughout the whole movie she's just blasting shit. She's just using her hands, and it's like that's not fighting. That's just her, like what does she train for? She didn't use any kind of like cool, I don't know, fighting styles.
Yeah, she didn't have any special style for herself, and like she already knew how to fight at the very beginning of the movie. Like that's she didn't get really she didn't lose by herself. She always had a bad situation that she had no control over, or she got tricked or outsmarted.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess maybe she lost some fights, but because of whatever reason they've got a hostage or they've got what else happened? Her hands were bound, and then she couldn't use her powers, so she had to punch, which was no problem for her, other than the really big scroll, and then she took care of that later with
Blasting him.
blasting him eventually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got another point on that. So
Okay,
like,
okay.
so I felt like the whole movie she wasn't challenged, right?
Yes.
That's safe to say, right? Because she had her hands bounded in the beginning,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, yeah, she's kind of challenged, but she legit didn't have like a rival. Like she didn't have anyone that was on her
Yeah.
level. The whole time she was blasting through people the whole movie, which was
Mhm.
cool, especially at the end, but like she didn't have any difficulty at all.
And
What's her weakness? Other than her ego.
and then there's that. Yeah, that's the point that I was trying to. Yesterday when we were talking about it,
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out what I couldn't really. What I really didn't like about this movie, but I couldn't really put on it. But like now that you mention it, she doesn't really have that bad guy, because up until this point, Marvel's hasn't put out the best villains, but they've put out some pretty good ones recently, like in
Yeah.
Killmonger
Yeah.
and so for an origin story, for her to not have like
A solid villain.
a solid villain and a challenge, it just
Yeah, like her challenge wasn't even her own challenge. It was fabricated by the Kree.
yeah.
Yeah.
Her loss of memory, which wasn't really a loss. It was just masked.
Which just since we're piling on, I
Yeah.
might as well. Is that's another thing I didn't like is we get introduced to this new world and like all these new characters,
Mhm.
and it doesn't really it doesn't do a good job of portraying it. Like you see, what is their home planet called? Hala.
Hala.
You see it for like a little bit, and
They don't go back almost.
they
the
don't
whole
go back.
The whole
yeah,
movie.
like-
And now we don't care about them because they're bad guys. So.
I still care about it.
Well, I mean, but like the universe, the MCU won't care about it because.
How do you
like,
know? We've seen Vader's castle.
Yeah,
in
but
Rogue
we
One.
weren't. Are we ever going to go back there? And why would we now? Just I don't know.
Well,
maybe they have some.
She does say she's gonna come back to settle it.
to settle the.
Yeah, but like we already know she's super powerful. What are they going to do to her?
You could have a Brainiac type of villain at that
Yeah.
point.
I
don't
mean,
know.
yeah.
I don't know
I thought-
anything about the
I
comics.
thought we were gonna be more like I thought we were gonna get more from like Ronan and stuff like that as well.
That was just a cameo.
Yeah, and
I don't really like Ronan.
I mean, like, I wish he was a more used villain because he seems like a really good one.
he seems like he could be a really good
Yeah,
one.
exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really would wish they would have like showed more about the feud between the Kree and the Skrulls but no, they just kind of like showed like a quick little battle scene and then hey, we're on Earth and now we're just going to the next thing to progress the story and
Yeah, I wish they would have showed the Skrulls actually doing bad things to make the Kree's mission more realistic.
Yeah, they did. They just look ugly. In the scroll legit look like just bad people.
Yeah.
Just the way they look. So like I was like, oh yeah, these guys are bad guys. But then once we find out who they really are, we're like, man, yeah, you don't judge people by how they look, right?
Yeah, you don't see the Skrulls doing bad things.
Yeah.
You're just told that they're bad, just like they told Veers, and that's all we
Well,
know.
I mean, you can kind of see it at the beginning when she gets captured. They shock her, they tase her. So I wouldn't like
they
that.
don't-
But that's it. That's all we know. But
Yeah.
but their real reason is to take her memory or like look at her memories.
Yeah. So it's not very nice at all.
Yeah, like does Veers just believe everyone? Like maybe she never actually saw evil or something by the Skrulls?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like I wonder how many
She-
missions she went on to help the Kree.
Super intelligence, supreme intelligence, just brainwashed the Kree. Like
Yeah.
you just tell that they were just
Well, I
being
don't think
manipulated to.
I don't think the Supreme Intelligence brainwashed the Kree. I think everyone was in on it, or
No,
a lot of people were.
I
At
think
least.
supreme intelligence was evil.
Was
think it
evil
I think it was an evil AI. Like there's no
working
like,
against the Kree,
working with the Kree, manipulating the Kree.
manipulating the Kree.
I think so because every time she would go in, that first time she interacts with the Supreme Intelligence, she is talking about the mission, and so they're telling her she better do good. Don't use your powers, be under control. So they're just telling her basically like know your place essentially, and just serve your mission, which is
Yeah.
to eliminate these
Skrull.
Skrulls. Yeah. So is it Skrulls or Skrull?
Skrull.
Skrull.
SKRUL.
Skull with a R.
Skrulls.
Skrulls.
Skrulls. So I just think that it's manipulating the whole time. Like they can, like in the second time around, I don't know if it's Brie Larson or if it's the Supreme Intelligence with the music added on and the jacket added on. So I just think that they're trying to brainwash these individuals to do what they need to do.
I mean, like, I don't see that. I'm sorry.
I don't really see that
Yeah,
either.
I think it
No?
was just the Supreme Intelligence working with Kree.
So you think that the Supreme Intelligence is just doing the Kree's bidding?
No, I think they're working together. Like, it's,
They're all one race.
It's like the Supreme Intelligence is the leader because it knows everything and can manipulate the mind.
Yeah.
So it's them being symbiotic, doing I don't know, like because the Skrulls didn't want the Skrulls to get the super weapon for whatever reason because they're afraid of them, right?
Yeah.
Because they didn't see the other side of the Skrulls' opinion of just wanting to leave.
I think that's another like bad thing about the movies because like it doesn't really explain the relationship between them. Like we can only make assumptions based on what we know and from just what we've seen. I don't think she's manipulating them. I think
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's okay. We can have different opinions.
No, we can't.
Anything else that was bad about the movie? I don't know if I said this already, but I didn't like Brie Larson's performance.
Yeah.
I just thought that, yeah, she's supposed to be stoic, but some of her reactions were just kind of like weird.
She's supposed to be stoic in the comic books.
I don't know if she is or not.
What are some of her weird reactions?
Just her faces. What?
Yeah,
what are you
yeah.
gonna say?
I'm gonna jump on this. I know we were supposed to talk about this in the later part, but
Yeah.
her performance. I know it's weird to say, but it looked like she had like a stick up her ass the whole time.
Just
Like,
how she was standing?
Just how, yeah, right? How she was standing. And maybe this is like a symbolism for it's a suit, or maybe it's to symbolize women, standing up straight and being empowered or something. But like every time in the movie, whenever she was standing, it felt like, I don't know, she was like had this super strict posture, and
Yeah.
like, yeah, her face was always like I don't know, it's like little reaction at all.
Very little reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't very motivated at all.
Yeah, she's supposed to be a soldier.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be, I don't know, serious, but some of the reactions were just not. And then you can see, I remember there was a controversy about it, and how there was a joke in the movie, which I believe was added in later, with the biker, when he says, "You can give me a smile for me," or something like that. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, early screenings said she didn't smile a lot. So they've added things in to try to make it more fun, and they seem like they weren't. They were added in post, or added in later, filmed later.
Yeah, I can see that.
When she's fighting like the 20 different scrolls. Scrolls. She does some like weird, like one of them screams or growls at her, and she growls back, and I was just like,
That was
"What
good.
are you, a kid?"
Well,
Like,
yeah, because that's what I thought. I mean, but because she's an emotional soldier, that's why.
yeah, but she was an emotional soldier, but didn't have a lot of emotion. Like, they kept saying like, oh, "You need to keep your emotions under check." And
I think that it's being a bad part of the movie where she flips back and forth between a funny, emotional soldier and being all stoic.
yeah, I don't know. I just didn't. It didn't land right. Not that she wasn't cast correctly, but they could have helped her what direction.
Yeah, I think she had that like cocky. She was like really cocky in the beginning.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah,
She was cocky.
Yeah, and but like the jokes that like she made were just like, I don't know, it was just awkward.
Well, can you think of one?
I can't think of. I think it was
Can you name
when
this-
she was getting jumped by like all those scroll. While she had the arm things.
Yeah.
And she made some joke, I think, in the hallway. I can't remember what it was.
It was like, does anyone know how to take these off or something like that?
Yeah, it was like super cocky and just very, like, and like I said, she didn't have a challenge,
Yeah.
So she didn't have any reason to I don't know, be serious.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. You have something to say, John?
I'm thinking, but
I don't know. Something just didn't land for me. Like Wonder Woman. We're gonna go to different female superheroes. Like Wonder Woman, I liked. You've seen it, right? Everyone's seen Wonder Woman?
I haven't seen it.
No. You haven't?
no, I have.
Okay. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Okay. So I thought she was a good like. She wasn't the best actor, but she definitely emoted more. Her face just like, you could tell when she was happy or sad versus when Brie Larson was. She was just kind of like just
She's
weird.
just hot the whole time. That's all I could describe her. She's just freaking hot
Yeah.
the whole time.
This guy.
Yeah, but there's better. They definitely should have, like, I don't know, had an acting coach for her or something, because she just seemed like, yeah, she's supposed to be a soldier, but we want to be attached to this character as well, not just a robot human or Kree or whatever you want to call her.
Yeah, I mean, whatever she was supposed to be, she didn't stay one or the other. She went back and forth as.
Do you think it's
Yeah.
just was because she was somebody struggling with her, who she actually was?
I mean,
Because she has
yeah.
she has memory challenges and
Yeah.
the standing it was awkward, but I mean it's just like she's
I think
just
it was
like
just a
soldier.
suit
Yeah,
and
the soldier
how
suit.
tight it was or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Okay, so I'm thinking about a joke right now. When Nick Fury, they discover her at the Radio Shack, or when she was talking on the phone, and Nick Fury comes up to her and he says, "Yeah, do you know anything about a lady who crashed through that roof of the Blockbuster? She looks like she was, I don't know, dressed for laser tag or whatever, and she goes, "Oh yeah, I think she went that way." Like, you talking about? Is that the type of joke you're talking about, or what? No.
Oh, I just told you what the joke was.
It was like, yeah, I don't know how to explain. Yeah, she was. I guess that was a good example of how she just kind of like, oh yeah, whatever, like very
Yeah,
stoic.
it wasn't like,
Yeah.
like it was just weird. That was an example
Yeah.
I was thinking about.
I didn't think that one
Yeah.
was so weird though.
No, but like I think it was the one when they were fighting, when she was fighting. I can't
think
remember.
it was the one where they're fighting.
Yeah, but like she just cracking these like cocky jokes, like almost like, is that all you got? Like
Yeah.
just very, I don't know.
I liked them. Though.
That's cool. All right. So here's more about the emotion thing.
Okay.
So let's bring up that black chick. What was her name?
Maria Rambeau. Or,
Maria Rambeau,
Yeah,
her best friend.
the pilot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they had that scene where they're like drunk as hell singing karaoke
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
And like, so that was cool because like
That
you
was
see
really
she was
cool.
like having fun. She's like
Yes.
super laughing, but like you literally only see that in that scene.
Yeah.
And she's not doing it anywhere else. And so, and when she meets her
noticed
friend,
that.
even though she had amnesia, she don't remember her.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, where is that? Like
Yeah.
she doesn't have that. So
I think he just liked her because she was smiling and jumping up and down too. So
I mean, I think we didn't see that side of the character because of all the supposed training she's had
Mhm.
as a
A
Kree,
soldier,
as a
yeah.
soldier now. So and she is confused about all those memories. So
Yeah.
maybe she acts that way later as a person.
As she grows back into who she is.
I hope.
Yeah.
I hope
Because
so.
once she did regain all her memories, she did start to lighten up a bit more.
Oh yeah,
And-
right at the end, she's super friendly with her kid and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I think it's more of just a person who is struggling with their identity than it was her.
did she cry?
Yeah.
She did one
cried at-
tear.
She
yeah,
did-
She did one tear. During
You gotta
the
force
Supreme
it out from the
Intelligence.
director. I'd be like, you gotta cry. You gotta do it this time.
Yeah, it was just the one tear, I thought.
I think it was just one tear.
Yeah, and she was like hugging and at the end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know. I just felt like that was so. It just definitely felt fake. I don't know.
I don't know. I think I honestly I thought her performance wasn't bad.
Yeah, it wasn't, but
I thought it was pretty good.
I don't know.
Okay.
For who she was as a character to begin with to who she was at the end, I felt like there was definitely development, and I think that at the beginning she's supposed to be a soldier. She's supposed to be straight. She's supposed to be, like hardcore, and then she begins to lighten up as she regains her memories and learns about who she truly is. So I think it was just more the writing in the movie
Yeah.
than it was her acting, and I think
Possibly.
that as we go on to Endgame and more Marvel movies that she's in, I think you'll definitely see like a better side of her than this movie.
Yeah, I'd hate to. Did you need to say something? I'd hate to bring this up again, but Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
I think you guys should watch it and compare it to this movie.
Yeah.
Because I hate Wonder Woman. Like I hated the movie. I know this is the best way to say. I hate the movie.
Yeah.
I hate the actress. But
What?
But I know. But Jessie says it right. Like when you watch Wonder Woman, she like epitomizes like what a strong woman is supposed to be. That kind of sounds messed up.
A
but
strong female character.
like a strong, like she was like super enthusiastic. She had like these amazing facial expressions. Physically, she's all right, but
I think she's in better physical shape than Brie Larson, but
I'd just say they could have found someone better. They could have found someone.
than Wonder Woman.
Yeah, like she was like skin and bones. She didn't have any like. She's supposed to be like an Amazoness, right? Like she's supposed to be like.
She's 5'10", man. She's taller than
Oh,
you.
she is. Oh shoot. All right, I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm walking out now.
Put in his chair.
I'm in my chair. Yeah.
Be humble.
I felt more of a warrior out of Wonder Woman,
Yeah.
which is about right, than I did from Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
And I think that has to do with Wonder Woman being a warrior from like an ancient race, or I don't know what it is,
Mhm.
versus
Amazons?
yeah, like a straight up soldier. And then that brings up also another thing, like maybe it's just how she was in the Air Force or something, just very stoic, don't show emotion. I don't know. So yeah.
I think that I haven't seen Wonder Woman, so I don't really know, but she's portraying a strong female character in that movie, Whereas I don't think Captain Marvel is a strong female character yet. Like I think she's trying to work into that.
Okay.
Like she's very weak-minded and she's very weak-minded and just trying to figure out who she is, and then she kind of like grows into that. But I think she still has more character growth as we progress into these Marvel movies.
Yeah, she had good development.
Yeah, I think she had really good.
It was confusing
At times.
as the plot is confusing, but her development is obvious. Yeah.
So she goes from a, but what do you mean development? She goes from
She starts
not knowing who she is to knowing who she is, and who is she?
Well, she knows that she's from Earth,
Yes.
and she had a past life there. I mean, that's the
So that's development when she just gains that she's from Earth and that she knows.
No.
Well, not
no.
just those two facts. I mean, but who she was and who she will be.
Let's do it this
afterwards.
way. Why don't you think she had any development?
Well, she didn't really
What-
learn anything.
How does she not learn
besides she
anything?
came from Earth and that she
Is that-
she got her
is-
powers that from the Tesseract, but she didn't learn. She didn't like.
Well, I'm saying learned as an unmasked. Like she already knew those facts, but then they were just being hidden.
Yeah. Well, you see, like Tony Stark's character going from some like rich like prick to like an Age of Ultron, like he's starting to try to
That's
take
over
care
the
of that.
course of several movies.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah.
fair, Jesse. You gotta compare it
But
to...
no, even in the first Iron Man.
Okay, well,
even in the first Iron
Then
Man.
use the first Iron Man as your example.
Okay. So the first Iron Man, he starts off, he's just like a
rich prick.
Rich prick, and then at the end,
He's a rich prick.
No, he still is a rich prick, but he's accepted that he is he's trying to be responsible. He's taking care of what I don't know. I just don't think that there was any challenges for her to overcome in this movie for her to
You
change.
didn't you didn't even like argue your point. You didn't have.
I'm thinking, man.
You can't be a hypocrite about one movie.
Well, okay, so he at the beginning of the movie, he's sleeping with random women, and now he's developed a relationship with Pepper Potts, and it's starting to like flourish and stuff like that.
But
is that in the second movie?
Even
That's
in
the
this
first one.
But in the first movie, even in the second movie, he's sleeping with a random woman still.
It's the second movie.
Yeah.
He
doesn't
doesn't develop that until
yeah.
the second movie.
It's
Jinx.
starting. I think he calls her his girlfriend.
No, he doesn't.
I think so.
No.
At the very end when
Absolutely
she's
not.
patching him up when she's reading the newspaper, I'm pretty sure he does. We'll have to watch it again. Anyways,
okay.
I just
Because
didn't
they don't
think-
have the kissing scene between the two until the second movie.
Yeah, but you don't. Just because you don't kiss someone doesn't mean that you don't have an attraction to them or a relationship with them.
Oh,
Yeah, is that what
okay,
I'm saying?
okay. Oh, I remember a good part of the movie
Okay.
of Captain Marvel. There was no romance in it, which I think was good. It helped.
Yeah, because that would have been really bad if she tried to be romantic with someone.
But-
no, I'm not saying that.
but-
It's just that it didn't have to be, because so often
I'm
there's
triggered.
always a relationship in the movie for female characters.
Yeah,
So I think it's a good thing they didn't have one in this movie.
because it made it really bad. Because she wouldn't have been able to portray that.
Okay,
What do
well,
you mean? She starts as like a really stoic,
I mean,
off-
she even in the beginning she
Shut
has
up and
emotions.
let me
Sorry.
talk. She starts as very, like very one-dimensional, and then she develops a personality. She definitely develops a personality.
I agree.
As the movie goes on, if you can't see that,
I'll have to revisit
Okay,
the movie
2v2. We'll just move to the next point.
again. All right. Any questions you guys had left unanswered?
Yeah, I got one right here. Where the hell?
How can she be so hot and not?
How? Where the hell is everybody?
What are you talking about? The Avengers and everything?
No, yeah, like anyone from the except Fury and who else
Agent
was it?
Coulson.
Who?
Agent Coulson.
Yeah, and except him.
Captain America, I think, is still frozen or.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Iron Man still being a rich prick.
See, but no, hold on. So like, we didn't see any like Stark Industry products.
Yep.
We didn't see like this is '90s, so like we didn't see. Is Spider-Man even born yet?
No,
Probably
he's
not.
still a
Jinxed.
kid. No, yeah, he's
I just
oh,
jinxed
no.
out for those that didn't hear.
Who else? Who else? Like there was just no. Maybe this
Thor
was.
is in Asgard doing his
I
Asgardian
get.
stuff.
Yeah.
He doesn't need he doesn't have Jane or anything, so he doesn't have to come and see Natalie Portman.
I think in the 90s there's no reason for anyone to show up.
This is still before like.
I was expecting at least to see something related to Stark Industries. Anything, something.
No.
At least that. I mean,
You
because
you wanted a cameo, yeah.
I mean, there's Stark tech is just throughout the whole thing. Maybe they were only focusing on military stuff. Maybe.
They went into a military base, and I mean, this is not required, but
Pegasus is an organization created by Shield and
Yeah.
NASA. I don't remember if Stark was involved with that or not. You do see Pegasus in Iron Man 2 on a crate, the
logo.
acronym, the logo, and I forgot what other movie. In Avengers, I think the first facility that they were in with the Tesseract is a Pegasus facility. So it's in the movies, but I don't know. But I guess technically Avengers is after this, so I don't
Yeah.
know what I was saying.
No, we were just talking about just having Stark Industries inside the movie.
Okay.
I was just expecting to see more cameo appearances from just other. I mean, it wasn't required. This was a good standalone movie,
Mhm.
but what movie had like Spider-Man, right? Had Iron Man in it. Had Tony Stark.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just expecting to see more like.
But this is earlier in the timeline, so
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah.
this is before they all had like realized who they had a greater good. So
Yeah.
I think it would have been cool to show, but yeah.
I mean, we could have had. I mean, there could have been end credit scenes of something funny, but I think that was fine. But I want to ask, if this was your first Marvel film for whatever reason, what do you think would it be confusing at all? You think?
Who did I mention this to? Did I say this to you?
I don't think so.
Where I said if it was like a phase earlier, it would have been.
Oh yeah, you said it came like a phase too late or something like that.
Yeah, I think that if this would have came at like an earlier time, it would have been it would have been rated better because it has just the basic formula of
Yeah.
the early Marvel movies than did now because
Phase 3 and
Yeah.
whatever. Phase 4.
Well, I guess another question too would be, like, why didn't Fury call her earlier in any of the other
Yeah, that's another
Avengers
question.
films? Like, big, almost end of the world type stuff. Why didn't he call her earlier?
who's to say he didn't though? I think I read
Oh,
something.
maybe
or
maybe
heard
she
something.
just took a long time to get here.
I mean, she's galaxies away,
Yeah.
but I did read something or heard something that Kevin Feige had said. Like, who's to say that he never did call her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't really know how the
in,
pager works.
in Avengers, I think that he was trying to get that initiative started and to show like, oh, we have other people besides Captain Marvel. Maybe, I don't know.
He still
Yeah.
almost blew the boat on that one. So they almost failed.
Yeah, they did.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Avengers.
The first movie.
Oh,
First
okay.
Avengers. Like,
Okay.
He's trying to like he was getting a group of superheroes together like these first 5 movies, and he wanted to show like, hey, we need other people to protect us besides Captain Marvel because she's doing other stuff right now.
Yeah.
That's probably what he first thought, and then Age of Ultron, like, I don't know. That was probably happened over like a week or something. So he probably like, oh, I'm just kidding, like cancel that. What?
Sorry, I'm just sipping here.
Just sipping here.
Sorry, go ahead.
I thought you were gonna say something super important.
No.
But like in Age of Ultron, that probably happened over like a couple of days, maybe a week. So if she's galaxies away, it's gonna take her a while to get there. But
Yeah, I mean, but like, would the nearest habitable planet be galaxies away for the Skrulls? I'm just saying.
I mean,
And plus, okay, well, sorry.
so from what we know so far is he called her at the end of Infinity War.
yes,
And how long is it between Infinity War and Endgame? How many years?
I don't know.
We don't know, I
People
think.
are saying like it could be up to 5 years or something.
I think at least it's 1 year because I think the movies match the current year they're released.
Possibly.
I think that's what I read somewhere. So it's at least a year.
Well, they kind of do.
They
Sometimes
kind of yeah.
Thor
they
Ragnarok
don't
is the same
really-
time as Homecoming and.
I know. I'm saying the Avengers films at least.
Oh, the Avengers films?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know
Oh,
that
no.
information.
Okay.
Minnesota.
Okay.
I got a question.
Okay.
So, the scroll were looking for the Tesseract, right?
Yes.
That was like the whole point of the mission was to find the Tesseract.
Yes.
Did the Kree know where the Tesseract was?
No, they were looking for.
Were they also looking for it?
They were looking for the technology for the Lightspeed engine.
The Kree were.
The Kree were, because he had mentioned Brie Larson was talking. Captain Marvel was talking to Jan Rog, and he was mentioning like, oh, they have technology for Lightspeed, and need to find it before they do, and so that's when he was like, kind of interested in. I don't know.
So, is as a super intelligent whatever,
Yeah.
like how come they didn't just interrogate her brain, like how the scroll did, right? Like the scroll had the right idea. I'll just dig in her brain until you find something.
Well,
Oh,
like,
'cause-
she didn't know where the ship was yet.
yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm saying like the scroll had the right. They had the right plan to get where they want to find the test. Right? They thought, well, we'll just interrogate.
Yeah.
What's her name? Veers.
Yeah.
So like, I don't get why the Kree didn't say, oh, you know what? We should do that. Let's just get into her brain and start digging too. Instead, they were just waiting for her to go to sleep, have a dream. Okay, what'd you dream about this time? Like, why didn't they just go dig in her brain? You know?
That's
I don't know.
true.
That was my question.
That's
like,
true,
Like
because-
the scroll had a good plan. Like they had it set. Just capture her, get in her brain, try to find some information, then boom.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense either, because how would the Skrulls know that one person on that team was from
Mhm.
Earth, and so the Star Force that picked her up on Earth knew that she was interacting with the Tesseract. They've seen her absorb the energy. They've
Mhm.
seen her like her hands and the energy manipulation. Like they knew that somehow she was connected to the Tesseract. So they should have definitely read her mind within the 6 years. That I understand what you're saying now.
Do they have that type of technology though?
Well, they get into
I don't-
her. They get into like her brain.
The
through,
scroll had technology, right? They
Yeah.
had this machine that it's like, well, wasn't the Kree super smart too?
Well,
like, don't they
also
have...
like the Supreme Intelligence was like literally like those blue lines would get into
Oh,
your mind
yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
So, and they would if they can project someone that you don't know about, I'm pretty sure they can extract.
Yeah.
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 So they
I don't
had
know.
the technology. I
Yeah.
don't know why they didn't look for the Tesseract.
I don't know why you're assuming that though.
Wait, what do you mean?
It's an assumption.
Assuming what? What are we assuming?
Assuming that the Kree had the technology.
But they did.
They should
so,
have the
so
technology,
how did they
right?
know that Doctor
Doesn't all
Lawson?
civilizations have different technology?
Yeah, but how do we? So how did they know who Dr. Lawson was? She didn't know who she was. It wasn't in her mind. So if they had to go in her mind subconsciously, dig the information out and project it exactly how she moved,
It just
how
says,
she talked.
It just says the supreme intelligence takes the form of someone you
how?
most respect.
How do they know? If she doesn't know. So they needed to extract information from her to know that. Right?
Who is the supreme intelligence? What is
It's
it
an
is-
AI.
it is.
Yeah.
It's just so no one. So it's true. No one knows what it looks like.
That's what they
It's
say that
just-
in the movie. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it just presents itself for however
Yeah.
they want to present themselves.
So they extracted that information of Dr. Lawson, and
You're still making an assumption.
I'm not.
You are.
No.
Wait, no, John. Is the Supreme AI? I think just reading her mind.
It's reading her mind. So they should be able to do. If they can get that information, they should be able to get other information.
It just projects like who that person is respected.
Yeah, but she doesn't know that. She doesn't even know who that it is.
It's in her subconscious though.
Yeah. So they had to go into
But
her
her
subconscious.
subconscious.
Yeah.
She's projecting it, not the AI.
So the AI doesn't know what
It
I'm projecting
The
this person.
maybe John's right. The AI.
So you can go into the subconscious and project this AI. Well, she could project any other person. Probably
she's not
see any other-
projecting it. She's projecting onto it.
Yeah. So the
It's
AI,
like a projector. It's literally like a projector. Like you put like a white piece, a blank white sheet, and you
Yeah.
project something on it.
The projector doesn't know what it's doing; it's just doing it. Is what John is saying because I don't know.
We're gonna have to I'm
The
gonna think
Kree's
about
stupid.
this.
The Kree, yeah, screw that civilization. They don't know what they're doing.
Their science guy wasn't very good.
What the Kree or the
The Skrull.
Skrull? That guy was funny.
They didn't know they were orbital numbers.
That was funny.
Okay. Any other questions that you guys have?
I'm just confused now. So
Why are you confused?
Why are you confused?
Because I just want to help Jesse understand. I think, but
I'm pretty
we can-
sure they have the technology.
You don't know. You're pretty sure, but you're making an assumption. That's what an assumption is. You don't have 100% of the facts.
I think Janelle was on my side, but he just gave up because.
You haven't denied anything that I said though.
I just think that she's
You
not
think.
projecting if she doesn't know it.
You can project something without knowing you're doing it.
It's her subconscious. It's in her
Huh.
mind.
It doesn't. Okay, so it's like.
Did you ever watch Inception?
Yeah, I've watched Inception.
So the brain is just the AI is just taking something from her brain and
Okay,
just using
she's
it.
taking something from her brain.
Yeah, maybe
Oh,
maybe.
see, now he's gonna use that.
You're taking something from her
yes,
brain.
Yes, hold on. Let me
Okay,
finish.
okay.
The AI is taking it from Veer's brain and
Okay.
just using it as someone for Veers to talk to.
So Veers is not projecting it. The AI is going into her brain and
See-
extracting a piece of
see, you
information.
done
Maybe
fucked up.
maybe it is, but
Okay.
it doesn't know. The AI doesn't know what Lawson
Oh,
is.
it's just taking the image.
Taking the image.
What if it took the image of the Tesseract because that's where she got her powers from? Like
Yeah, but then
speaking
That's
to
not
the
a person
Tesseract.
she respects. Stupid.
just using it to talk to someone. Maybe the AI doesn't know what it's doing. It's just okay. Sorry, I used the word taken. It wants to have something to talk to Veers,
Yeah.
and for whatever reason, they use the most respected person that the
Okay.
subject uses.
What?
Do you understand that?
Yeah, but what do they? So when you're hooked up to this machine, okay,
Yeah.
they're not gonna say who's the most respected person. So you're not thinking about that.
Yeah.
So she's not projecting it. She's not thinking about that. They hook you up to this machine, and you automatically somehow
Yeah.
are projecting this person. So you're
Yeah.
not thinking about this person. They have
Yeah.
to somehow go into your mind and figure out who this person is.
We don't know how it works, man. That's the problem.
Exactly.
Exactly.
They're-
So
I think they're extracting, even if it's just the simplest piece of information,
Yeah.
like who that person was, or just at least the visual,
yeah.
they could extract other pieces of information.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, maybe they knew everything, but they didn't know there were orbital codes either. So
Yeah.
they're just as dumb with the scrolls, maybe.
I don't know. So I think that there's plot holes in that technology itself.
Well, first of all, we don't know the technology. We don't understand it, so it doesn't matter.
I'm gonna make the technology and then hook
Okay.
up my brain and then.
Next point, please.
All right.
Because I'm getting triggered listening to Jesse right now.
Okay. If you have any more questions, then we'll get into just some talking points. Okay.
Okay.
So Stan Lee's cameo, and then also the Marvel logo at the beginning. What do you guys think about that Stan Lee Marvel?
Well, that was great.
You thought it was good? Do you
Yeah,
think
I liked
do you think this is a one-time thing, or are they doing this for the rest of the Marvel movies?
Maybe.
They might do it for the rest of the year.
For the rest of the year?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
it could have been just for. I don't know. I mean, it could be just this one because this was the one after
right
he's passed
after.
away.
So I thought that was cool, but if it was the rest of the Marvel logos, I think that it would be because not to say that Stan Lee he was the face of Marvel, but there was other people who have passed away that haven't got the recognition as well.
I mean, yeah, he wasn't the only one that made characters in the
Yeah.
universe.
So did they ever didn't Steve Ditko die? Like
Yes.
within the past couple of years, did they ever like dedicate a movie to him or at all?
I don't think so.
No. So I think maybe this one and then Endgame, they can do that for. But after that, I think it'd just be weird to see Stanley every single logo.
Nah,
I think-
I think this will be the only
Only one. I'm
I
thinking.
think
I'm
so.
not that I'm hoping. Like it's cool to see Stanley. I want them to somehow still carry on his cameos, but I don't want every Marvel
They
logo
said
to
he's
be a
going to carry on
Stanley.
his cameos.
Yeah.
They said they were going to still do it.
but somehow, some way, shape, or form
They filmed a bunch of different scenes
for his cameos
with him.
already.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. So let's get a poll here. Can we all agree that this should be the first Marvel movie to watch? Like, if you're starting clean, just straight up the first Marvel movie to watch. Not Iron Man, not Captain America.
Why not Captain America?
I think it would be Captain America. If we're watching,
In chronological order? Or why you saying this was the first one?
Well, just like, what argument can we make to say that this should be the first one to watch?
Because it's the worst one? I'm just kidding.
No, I don't
First
agree.
no,
I
it's
think
definitely not the worst.
It's not the worst one.
I
It's
think
not the
release
worst.
order.
I don't think release order.
No, that doesn't make sense.
I don't
think
think release
chronological order.
I think
Okay,
I
release,
think chronological.
Chrono. So what's that?
Well,
Captain
but it's
Captain
kind of
America?
tricky. Like you almost have to split Captain America into
Mhm.
two parts because if it's in the 1940s, and then the very end is right at Avengers, so it's kind of tricky. You almost have to like crop Captain America in two and split it up for the first phase. Like Captain America would be the beginning of the phase and also the end of the phase.
Yeah, I would agree. I think
It's kinda tricky.
I think Captain Marvel. Well, I think Captain America should be probably the first to watch,
Mhm.
but Captain Marvel should definitely be like
The second one.
I agree
like
with
one
that.
of the the second
Yeah,
one.
I would say probably the second
Yeah.
one if we're watching in that order. All right. So we need to take our poll. So are we saying that
I still agree. I think release order because
Release order?
it's
so Iron Man first?
Iron Man first. I mean because
Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, Iron Man 2, Captain America, and then Avengers.
I mean yeah, release order.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think when I rewatched them, I watched Captain America first.
I mean
It kind of gets tricky.
it's skewed because or I don't know what the word to use, but it's already biased because you already watched them all. But
Yeah.
like it's someone asking, do you watch prequels first or do you watch the original trilogy first? But
We have to get into that another time.
Sure, just saying. I
I watched
think,
those in chronological.
I think
order,
release
too.
order, but yeah.
Release order, chronological. Okay.
I mean, if we're just gonna, yeah. I mean, why not? Why not watch it in chronological
What's the
order and see
standing
how
up
it
scene?
progresses? What?
Oh, the standing up scene. We've already talked about the standing up scene where Brie
That's the one where
Larson's- she's standing up in her
The
when she
montage.
falls
Oh,
and she stands
okay,
up like
okay, yeah,
multiple
yeah.
times. We've talked about some of these already. We talked about the scrolls in the movie. Nick Fury, we kind of briefly went over. Some people had a problem that he was so goofy compared to his serious, more like rough Nick Fury and Avengers and everything.
Honestly, like, if we didn't know who he was, I would have just thought he was just a regular cop.
Yeah?
He kind of played more like a cop than he did like an old war soldier, you know.
Yeah.
Well, not old, but like
Yeah.
he was a spy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how much a spy takes, like how much like damage he would take over the years.
Psychologically,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't either.
whatever he did, he hit it pretty well, and that's what you usually do when you have
Yeah.
problems.
Yeah. I think that he hadn't gotten into like he said he had been in wars, but it's just mostly espionage, right?
Yeah, he was a
Yeah.
spy, espionage.
So he hadn't really gotten into like the
He was in the Cold War. He said he was everywhere but I don't know if he was like
he likes the
physically in
bees
the
because he
actual-
can ride.
I don't know if he was in actual combat. If you're referring to that.
Yeah,
No.
I don't think he was in actual
Cold War,
combat.
so all
Yeah.
spy stuff.
Spy stuff. Okay.
Spy stuff. Yeah.
Thought they were fighting with like frozen icicles. Cold War.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
That's like the fifth bad joke for the day.
I'm the bad joke guy. Nick Fury's eye. What do you guys think when they revealed how he lost his eye? How he lost?
I can totally relate. That shit was legit. Like,
I like that.
yeah,
You
that was
liked it?
awesome.
That was funny.
But in Captain America,
Winter
Winter
Soldier,
Soldier, he mentioned that the last time he trusted someone, he lost an eye.
yeah.
Someone.
He trusted the cat.
Someone is
The
a cat.
Flurkin.
The
Someone is
Flurkin.
a cat.
Why not?
So I was just talking to someone yesterday, my dog Mojo. That people
were
think I'm
talking
weird.
to your dog?
Yeah, that people think I'm weird
He's
if I
trying-
said someone.
He's trying to hide what actually happened.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he played it up.
He even says
At the
when
end.
when Agent Coulson's like, so I heard you Is it true that
An alien.
the
or
Kree.
something.
The
Yeah.
scroll?
the Krees?
No, this is scroll.
He said Kree.
Really?
You want to bet?
I want to bet.
How much
Shake
you
on
wanna
it right
bet?
now. $5.
All right, you owe me $5, bro. We shook on it. He said the Kree. Why would it be the scroll?
You'll see, okay? You'll see when you owe me $5.
All right.
All right.
We watched this movie yesterday, and yeah, you forgot. Who has the better memory of the two of us?
You do for most of the time.
For most of the time, for all the time.
Okay. Well, when you owe me $5, then we'll talk.
Anyway, he said, "Is it true that you didn't give the Tesseract and they burned your eye out?"
He said, "We'll neither confirm or deny that statement."
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know.
All right, we'll see.
All right, Tesseract timeline. So this kind of confused me a little bit at the beginning, like how the Tesseract got where. So I kind of did a really brief timeline of the Tesseract and where it was at. So Thor's father had it at the beginning. Somehow he entrusted it to some human, and it ended up in Norway or something like that. Red Skull got it in Captain America, the first Avenger. It was lost into the bottom of the sea when it kind of melted through the bottom of the ship.
Yeah.
Howard Stark found it, and S.H.I.E.L.D. got a hold of it in 1945. Somewhere in between that, 50 years later, Dr. Lawson and Pegasus and Captain Marvel were using the technology.
Mhm.
I think Lawson, because she was in Pegasus, they were working with S.H.I.E.L.D., so
Yep.
she probably had easy access to the Tesseract. The Flurkin ate it, spat it onto Nick Fury's desk at the end, and so Nick Fury probably hid it from people until not Age of Ultron, sorry, Avengers, until they were using the technology to, I don't know what they were exactly doing, making weapons, or it looked like they were making a portal or something like that, so couldn't tell what they were doing. But Avengers, they had it in there. Loki got it, and then they took it back to Asgard. Thor and Loki took it to Asgard. It was in Odin's chamber and Thor Ragnarok as Hela's
Yeah.
walking past.
Yeah.
And Infinity War, and Ragnarok again, Loki steals it, and then Thanos gets it in Infinity War. So
Yeah.
that was kind of the breakdown of. I was kind of confused exactly how it got from S.H.I.E.L.D. to Lawson, but you figure out that the two
I mean, yeah, like you
entities
said,
are connected. So
Yeah, Pegasus is a part of Shield, right?
yeah, that was
Or
just
has some hand in it.
yeah, it is. So that's why I kind of wanted to break it down for people to know this is kind of where the Tesseract has been going this whole time.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure people are confused.
Yeah,
not
I was
only us.
confused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was pretty much it. End credits. There was 2 end credit scenes. We had Captain Marvel showing up with the Avengers, and that was it. Where's
Yeah.
Nick Fury?
Where's Fury?
Where's Fury? That's it. So that was okay.
Yeah, I mean, it will explain and jump into the next movie whenever.
I think she has more emotion in that one scene. Like you can see that she's angry right there than
Yeah.
she does in most of the movie.
Which is my point earlier.
I don't think anyone is disagreeing.
Ah.
I don't think we're disagreeing, John. We're just saying she has trouble emoting.
Sometimes she does.
Emoting.
That wasn't the. You'll have to listen to the podcast again.
No, I know.
You'll have to listen.
I know what you're saying. I know why you're triggered.
No, it's just that little snide remark that she wasn't a good actor. Like,
In this one, she's not. Have you seen Kong Skull Island? You have. Have you
Maybe-
seen Kong Skull Island?
No.
I think she plays a good character in that one.
Yeah, I'm
but
just
that's
saying.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
She's not a bad actress. She just didn't. It just maybe the director or I don't know what was going on.
That's what I'm saying. She was playing like this person, and whatever. I give up.
Wait. Okay, Jesse. Okay, never mind. We're not in disagreement anywhere.
We are in disagreement.
Okay,
you have
well-
to listen to the podcast.
Okay,
over
well,
again.
okay, Jesse. Do you disagree with John at all
About
Her acting in
Her
this
acting.
movie.
in this movie? Because John is saying that she's
It's-
doing it on purpose.
she's doing. I don't think she's doing it on purpose. There's just like there's certain things if she was doing it on purpose, it would land better with me.
Yeah.
If it makes sense.
With you.
But with other people, I'm not the only person that has a problem with acting.
Okay.
But you're
I'll
not the
just
only.
switch aside.
But I'm not.
whenever-
I'm not the only. I'm not the only person
Oh.
that thinks she's like a good actress in this movie. So.
She's
But
okay. She's okay.
You just made that remark where she's like, she showed more emotion in this scene than she did the whole movie.
You can tell that she's distressed in this movie, and when
Which
she's
is
talking to
why
other,
I was saying like
and that scene.
she plays like this stoic soldier at the beginning of the movie of Captain Marvel.
I was like the whole movie. She was like that, man.
But as the movie progresses, she begins to lighten up and she begins to show more
and
emotion.
shed one
in
freaking
this
tear
movie.
at the end of the movie. That's not good enough. That
She
doesn't
didn't
pass.
remember her.
No, that ain't passed.
Oh my god, you guys are the worst.
All right. Last but not least, the Tesseract burned a hole in the bottom of that ship in Captain America: The First Avenger. What's Nick Fury's desk made out of that it doesn't burn a hole in that desk?
Well, I think didn't it fall through because they tried activating it or something? I don't
He was
know.
holding on to Red Skull was holding on to it. It might have been.
Why
I
did it
guess.
fall? Like, did he just drop it or something?
He was teleported to a different planet
Oh,
for
so he
the Red
tried
Skull.
using it or what? I don't remember.
He just grabbed it with his bare hands and then just like teleported him.
Does
and
it burn through anything else?
then in what? Like in any
of
other
the
movie?
movies?
I'm thinking
I don't
about
think it does.
I don't think it does, but no one has ever
Brought
held
that
it in the
up.
hand except for Captain Marvel grabbed it, right? Just with her bare hands.
I think
Oh.
she had gloves.
Cool
Well,
gloves,
she has her
but
gloves, yeah.
but I think it would probably tear those gloves if she wasn't superhuman. Like Star-Lord grabs on. She's a superhuman.
Yeah,
Why'd you make a?
she's superhuman, not
Yeah.
the gloves.
Yeah, so it would I think I don't know. The gloves. There's a flaw hole right there. The glove should have been torn
Well,
off.
I mean, but Red Skull's inhuman. Is he human? I don't
He's superhuman, but he's not Captain Marvel
know.
level.
Okay.
Now I forgot what I was saying. Oh, Peter Quill and Guardians grabs the. Is that the Soul Stone, the purple one, or is that Power? Power. Jinx. Damn it. Power. So you see that he's like being torn apart, and they disperse the energy between the 5 of them. So it takes some.
But he's
it takes
touching
some.
the actual stone.
Yeah.
The Tesseract isn't the actual stone.
It's the container, but it's powerful. I don't know.
Maybe he's just inconsistent
doesn't-
there.
It doesn't burn through anything else. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's been in briefcases and lunch boxes. Like,
That's
the
true.
only thing that it tore through was
The
the
ship.
plane, but
I think he's just inconsistent there.
I don't know. It's been a while since I seen Captain Marvel, but it was activated.
Marvel or America?
It was activated at that time, so it was still like freshly used.
Hot potato.
Yeah, maybe.
And they were still, and that was 1940, so they were still learning how to use it and control it. So
Yeah. Maybe it has to be active for it to like just be hot all the time. I don't know.
well, that's just with anything, right?
Yeah.
So
Oh, what's up?
This is totally off topic. Should I go on it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
if I need to delete
all
it
right.
out,
All right. Look. So we were talking about stones and stuff. The Vision got one on his head, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
so it doesn't
So
burn through him
okay. Well, yeah. There's that. But so
or tear him apart.
Maybe the stones are not all the same.
what
All
is this?
stones are
What is this
created
stone?
equal.
What do you mean?
What's the stone on his
What's
head?
this stone?
Yeah.
The
Mind
Mind
Stone.
Mind? Okay.
Jinx, you didn't finish it. Fuck.
I didn't.
That's
So
so
I didn't
close.
watch. Before I watched Captain Marvel, it was probably the night before. I had dinner with my coworkers, and they brought up this really, what do you call them? I didn't really like their argument, but their question was, Vision versus Captain Marvel, who wins?
Who wins?
Yeah,
I think.
let's go around the room.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know because I don't remember. Okay, go ahead. Skip me because I don't remember seeing Vision do too much in Infinity War, other than punching stuff. Did he ever use his like forehead power? Or wait, what did he have like a laser beam coming
He
out
has
of his
laser
forehead?
beam, yeah.
Okay.
I
mean,
think Captain Marvel wins.
I think Captain
I
Marvel.
think Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Marvin.
Marvin.
It's not one of our podcasts without us screwing up a name.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Uh,
Jesse did that at the beginning, so we're
Captain
fine.
Yeah.
Marvel wins.
He did that with a lot of names.
Because
Yeah. Captain Marvel.
because she has like a brief, like a little bit of energy from the Tesseract,
Yeah.
but she's human versus how far Vision's like technology can carry him. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, his technology is Stark Tech
Stark Tech. So
with a robot.
robot.
He's a robot with a forehead stone. So
Forehead stone.
Forehead
That's
stone.
the Vision. That's the Vision according to Albert. Robot with forehead stone. So I don't know. I just think that she would just, if he was having trouble fighting Thanos's like henchman, he couldn't like regenerate or heal.
Yeah.
I think she would just be destroyed by Captain Marvel, energy blast included.
What'd your coworkers say?
They all said Captain Marvel. I'm the only guy that says Vision would just trash her.
Vision
Yeah.
can phase through things, but
Yeah,
I
like,
don't know
just
if
phase
like
into
he
her
could
and
just like rip her heart out or something, or I don't know, like I don't know.
I think it's
so-
Captain Marvel.
I think it's Captain Marvel. She's just like
Okay.
essentially Super Saiyan level.
Super Saiyan.
But shit. I
Super
guess.
Saiyan
I mean,
level.
what the hell is up with that helmet? Like the mohawk and everything.
Why, does
That's
turn
the-
you on?
Hell no. Maybe for some people got good.
That's the
different
one
taste.
part of her costume I didn't like.
Seriously.
I liked it. I liked it. I don't
It,
know.
it was a
about
little, you know,
It
style.
was cool.
but
Like the helmet was cool, but I didn't like the faux hawk.
I think it was to show that like she wasn't like a normal girl. She was like a punk. Like
Okay, well, that was my other question. Is that the original costume?
I think it is.
Okay, if
I
it
think
is,
it
then I'm
is.
cool with it. Like if it's in the comics, that she
Yeah.
got like this freaking.
I think it's a
Mohawk?
mohawk. Like
I just didn't like how it looked.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool. For some reason, it reminded me of a Ninja Turtle, like with the eyes glowing, and I don't know. For some reason, I got some like like assassin type of vibe from it.
I wish they would have like chose better colors. I mean, I know.
What do you
that-
mean, the Kree colors?
No, like I wish her suit would be different colors.
No. It was the last colors.
Yeah.
The like. No, because that was like what, red and blue.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like American. It was like.
yeah. No, I know. I agree. It's just.
John doesn't like America.
I wish they would have kept the neon ones.
You like the neon ones
I
when she
like-
was laughing?
I like the neon ones.
She laughed a couple of times in this movie. I wish she would laugh more. I'm thinking about that.
That was towards the end of the movie.
Yeah.
I wonder who said that. Every time you say something about her acting,
But
I get
sometimes when she laughs, man, we're gonna have to watch it again today, right now. We're gonna go right now, and some of her laughing is just like.
Like when? If it's early in the movie, you're proving my point even more. Please
See,
prove my
there's a
point.
part when she's talking to Nick Fury and they're in the plane, and she laughs and it's like. Yeah, she's discovering herself, but it just seems like a really forced laugh.
She hadn't even discovered herself yet.
It was just a really forced laugh. I forgot
She
the
had
joke.
just. I won't tell your boss if you don't tell mine. That one.
Yeah, she was. I don't know how she laughed, but it kind of.
She hadn't even knew. She had just barely found out that she was on Earth, and
So if you would have found out you had this whole life, and for 6 years you would lie to, I'm pretty sure you would be bawling your eyes out like my whole life is a lie, not my whole life is a lie.
why would you be bawling your eyes out?
If you figured out your whole life was a lie, I'm pretty sure all of us would be crying. Like, us. It's not like living in a simulation, but you've been living like a lie for
It
6
wasn't
years.
even her whole. It was just 6 years.
Just 6 years?
Like, and at that time she had just barely found out the picture. Like she wasn't even sure yet.
Yeah, but still, I'd been like,
I think you'd be
man.
more. I think you'd be more confused than you would be like emotionally crying.
I think I'd be pretty sad. Like that my best friend, Jan Rogue, whatever, like he's been lying to me for 6 years, like,
You don't know he's lying to you.
but you know something's up. So you're like,
You know something's up, but you can't make those assumptions yet.
but not one tear,
You-
man.
That's later on. That's
yeah.
when she meets her best friend. You're going to a different scene.
She just,
You talk about this awkward laughing, and then you skip like 30 minutes into the movie.
I'm just saying throughout the movie, there would a normal human person would have reacted.
Would you guys
differently.
cry?
I would.
I'm just confused now.
I freaking cried.
Okay,
Fall in My Stars or whatever.
Shut up.
Fall in Our Stars.
Just shut up. if you if you were in her situation and you had just found out the last 6 years have been a lie, would you be crying? Or would you be more confused?
I think I would be confused. I mean,
You're just confused. You can't even answer questions over.
I think I would be confused. I mean, it's hard to. I don't personally relate with her, so it's hard. But it's.
So if you found out that your parents were not your parents and you were 6 years old, or I don't know, and you were a little kid.
Why are you going to
That's-
a little?
yeah,
That's
I-
a different situation.
Okay. So if you find out a big, like, I don't know how to describe this.
You're an adult right now.
How long have-
you're
how-
you're shut up. Shut up. You're 25 years old, right? You're 26? Oh, your birthday just passed.
Happy birthday.
Oh, shoot, happy birthday.
You said that last time.
I know.
You're 26 years old, okay?
Okay.
You just found out you're adopted. How would you feel?
Okay, that would be different.
Can you talk into the mic, please?
Yeah, that'd be 100%. 100% I would cry. That'd be
Okay.
different. If I found out and it wasn't my parents telling me, that'd be crazy. Yeah.
But because you have an emotional attachment to them, right?
Yeah.
But she doesn't have an emotional attachment to anybody, though.
She did when she was on planet Earth, though.
Oh my God, you're not understanding.
Previously.
Those 6 years, she did not have an emotional attachment to anybody on Hala. And the emotional
You don't
attachment.
think so?
No, and the emotional attachment she did have previous to when she forgot her memories.
She don't remember.
She don't remember.
Yeah, I could see that, but then that even proves more of the point that she didn't have emotions. Period. Shit. Like,
But she-
that just makes her even worse of a character. You good?
I'm stuck. My chair's stuck.
Oh.
We're good. Anyway, but so then in a situation where you crack a joke, and after you had just like found out, you'd have more of an awkward laugh. It's more, you're more confused with what's going on in your life, so you're not gonna be like, you're not gonna have happy emotions. You're gonna be confused, so you're gonna have like an awkward laugh.
Even when she met up with her friend at her house, she wasn't upset. She was more confused.
They had. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
You're
I don't-
proving my point every time you bring something up. Can we just make it 3-0 for John?
No, we cannot. No, we cannot.
I'm putting it there. Yep, 3-0 for John.
Thank you. Holy crap. She's
don't
not
know.
she's not a bad actress in this movie.
I didn't. Maybe it is just the movie. I didn't like that part when she met up with the friend. Like she was, the friend was like devastated. You know.
Yeah,
She's like,
exactly.
oh my god,
That's
like
what I would've been
you're
like.
alive.
That's different.
Hold on, I know,
though.
hold on, but like, and she's like, "Who are you?" Like, I don't know. It just as an audience, all of us are feeling for the black chick,
Bruh.
But then, but then as her, she's just like, "Oh, okay, you know, sorry, I don't know who you are." Like, I don't know. It just rubbed the wrong way. It was like,
Yeah.
here we are getting all emotional because we understand as humans and as people that we're like, oh yeah, we know that they used to know each other.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just weird because the main character is like, oh, I don't know who you are. Sorry. It makes sense,
It
Of
does.
course, she doesn't have emotion. You don't know who she is, but
And she's not human at this point. She's still Kree. And she's still
Yeah.
a noble hero warrior. Or whatever she says. Noble warrior hero. It's 3-0. It's 3-0. I'm sorry. Like,
I'm gonna create a whole like essay and rebuttal to this, and then I'll present it to you with facts.
Let's do it.
All right.
I'm a better writer than you, so if we did this, you would lose that too.
I don't think so. I don't think so. We're still gonna finish that bet.
We'll
And-
finish the bet. That's all I'm gonna say.
Do you
And
have
you're gonna
any-
lose. You're gonna lose.
I'm not.
It's gonna be 4-0.
Do you have anything you want to plug? Any social media? Any YouTube?
Nope.
Nope.
I have a YouTube channel, but it doesn't have my URL yet because I don't have enough subscribers.
How many subscribers do you need?
Like 100 and something.
Oh, really?
It's not a lot.
Really? I have 240 on one of
Yeah,
mine.
you can make yours.
Oh, okay.
I'm
I
pretty
need to do
sure.
that. Well, I need to, but that's not the YouTube channel I want to promote. So I got to get my other one up in subscribers.
You mean our
Anyways.
YouTube channel?
Huh?
Our YouTube channel?
Oh, I have two others YouTube channels besides the one I'm working on.
Oh, you do. You have
Yeah.
that Sarko whatever.
Yeah. So, yeah. If
So
you,
we probably shouldn't plug until we're more famous.
okay, we'll cut this part out.
Use Twitter. Thanks for listening, everyone. This has been the Legendary Sip podcast.
And we are dripping with goodness.
Oh, nice.
Glad to have you back, sir. This came for you. So is it true that the Kree burned your eye out because you refused to give them the tesseract?
I will neither confirm nor deny the facts of that story.